Well, thank you so much, guys. We know that we are in the thick of summer, and while a lot of us are enjoying our time in pools and at beaches and having a wonderful time, there are many people right now that are suffering the devastating causes of fires that are happening all around the Western Cape. And we have, from Cape Nature representative Justin Lawrence in studio with us this morning, and we're going to be talking about our annual fires and, of course, disaster relief. Justin, so good to have you on our show this morning.
Very much.
And I said to you when you arrived, I said, Happy New Year. But a lot of people aren't experiencing a Happy New Year because so much has been going on with devastating causes with regards to fires, yes?
Yes, of course. I mean, in the Western Cape, we've got our fire season that starts around December. So the summer months have been busy and, you know, it's going to continue this way right up until at least, you know, the end of March. It's going to be very dry and hot.
Can you put into perspective for us the extent of the damage in Paal with regards to the fires?
In Paal, that fire, which started about Monday in the early hours of just before midnight, you know, we managed to contain that one within just over a day. But, you know, there are dozens of other fires around the province and, you know, devastation of loss of vegetation, loss of houses, loss of structures. So it's been quite a busy season this year.
The last time I heard the damage estimation was at around 50 million rand. Has that increased right now?
Can't really put a value on it at the moment. In terms of the Paal fire, there were a number of farms that, you know, lost their vineyards, their olives, a wine cellar, guest house, and, you know, there's also like various local vegetation that was lost. So the biodiversity value is also gone. So very difficult to put a figure on it.
I was at Cape Point the other day, and we had just gone up to the lighthouse, and we were coming down, and there were 3 foreigners that were walking ahead of us, and one of them was smoking, and he took his cigarette butt and he kind of just threw it to the side, and it was still lit. And I remember saying, you can't do this. This is how fires begin. How do they start? Is it people? Is it just the heat? What's the situation?
Look, in the Western Cape, of course, we've got fynbos, which does actually need fire. So, yeah, there are natural fires that do occur, but for the most part, they are human-induced, and it's a combination of maybe negligence, arson, that sort of thing. People not being aware that it's very easy to start a fire. It's actually quite surprising how flammable the vegetation is. So you might just light a little flame and, you know, it'll be up in smoke, and that fire moves so fast. So, yeah, it's really just about practicing safety on the trails.
Yeah, absolutely. What is Cape Nature's involvement with this entire process?
Well, Cape Nature being in charge of the biodiversity of the Western Cape, we obviously have to look after the vegetation, and we're also a major landowner in the province, so we've got firefighting resources. So in a big fire like this, we would go and assist to go and put the fire out. But, you know, for us, the work really starts before fire season, educating people about how to prevent fires from starting. So it's things like fire breaks and managing alien vegetation, that sort of thing.
How can us as the public and people that are watching at home right now, what can we do to make sure that we prevent these things? Because you said a lot of it is induced by people.
So, you know, for us, wildfire, veld fire is what we kind of concerned with. So, you know, for the major landowners, it's about making sure you don't have fuel loads on your property, and those fuel loads include things like the alien vegetation of your pines, black wattles, Port Jacksons, that sort of thing, and making sure you've got appropriate fire breaks. I mean, fire breaks would give us access to the fires so we can fight them appropriately. And you're making sure that you are prepared for fire season with the proper equipment and the proper trained personnel.
Oh, thank you so much, Justin, for being here. Of course, this is a very, very important situation. I mean, we are in fire season right now, and it's happening all around the Western Cape, so we have to take precautions. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much, family.
Of course, this is a very serious situation, millions and millions of rands worth of damage. Like Justin says, you can't really put a number to it, but for those families that have been affected by it, it is very real for them. So let's all take care. Let's take the necessary precautions to make sure that it doesn't increase, it doesn't continue. And of course, let's just pray for those that have been affected by it. Time to find out what else is happening on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.